Let's talk about redox reactions. So redox is short for reduction and oxidation. And reduction and oxidation reactions always happen together. You can't have an oxidation reaction without a reduction reaction, and you cannot have a reduction without an oxidation. So for this reason, we call them coupled reactions. These reactions involve the loss and the gain of electrons. So reduction is gaining electrons, and oxidation is losing electrons. A molecule that is reduced gains electrons, while a molecule that is oxidized loses electrons. It's also important to remember that a molecule that is reduced is called an oxidizing agent. And this is because it has oxidized another molecule. It gained electrons by stealing the electrons from another molecule. So it has become reduced by oxidizing another molecule and is therefore called an oxidizing agent. On the other hand, a molecule that is oxidized is called a reducing agent. This is because it has lost its electrons and given them away. As a result, it enabled another molecule to become reduced. So a molecule that is oxidized is known as a reducing agent. Let's now look at an example. So in this example, we have various molecules. X becomes XH2. Hydrogen ions are positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. So electrons accompany hydrogen ions. This means that when X gains 2 hydrogens, then it also gained 2 electrons. Thus, X has been reduced. And remember that reduction means gaining electrons. But in order for X to be reduced, it must have received the 2 electrons from somewhere. What provided those 2 electrons? In this reaction, YH becomes Y+. So it has lost 2 electrons. YH gives 2 electrons to X, which causes YH to become oxidized to Y+, and X to become reduced to XH2. Overall, this is a redox reaction because the oxidation and reduction are coupled. So now that we know that X is reduced and YH is oxidized, let's remember that a molecule that's reduced is an oxidizing agent, and a molecule that's oxidized is a reducing agent. So in this example, X is the oxidizing agent, and YH is the reducing agent. Let's now do the same here. When Y+ becomes YH, it has gained 2 electrons, so it is reduced. Remember that reduction is gaining electrons. But where did these electrons come from? Well, in order for ZH2 to become Z, it must lose 2 electrons. So ZH2 gives its 2 electrons to Y+, so that Y+ is reduced to YH, and ZH2 is oxidized to Z. As a result, Y+ to YH is the reduction reaction, and ZH2 to Z is the oxidation reaction. Again, these are coupled, and Y+ is the oxidizing agent because it is reduced, while ZH is the reducing agent because it is oxidized. So now try pausing the video and doing the last one on your own, and then see if you get the same answer as I do.